Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the unsettling world of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, focusing on one of the most iconic settings in horror gaming, Castle Brennenburg. What secrets lie within its damp stone walls? Join us as we unravel the mysteries of this haunting castle and the story of its tragic past. Castle Brennenburg is not just a backdrop, it's a character unto itself. Located in the fictional Prussian countryside, it was built in the late 19th century by Baron Alexander von Brennenburg. Originally, it served as a noble residence but quickly became shrouded in darkness due to the Baron's sinister experiments. The castle's design reflects the Baron's descent into madness, featuring intricate but decaying architecture, ominous dungeons, and labyrinth passages that seem to pull players deeper into dread. The castle acts as a physical manifestation of Alexander's own tortured psyche. Central to Amnesia: The Dark Descent is the exploration of forbidden knowledge and the consequences of unbridled ambition. Alexander's experiments delved into the realms of alchemy and the dark arts, trying to transcend humanity itself. Players encounter journals and notes that reveal his horrific dealings with the Shadow, a malevolent entity. The castle itself becomes a tomb for both the Baron's victims and his monstrous creations, beings born from his desperate attempts to forge a new reality. One of the most striking aspects of Castle Brennenburg is its ability to evoke fear. The constantly shifting environment, accompanied by haunting sounds and the ever-looming presence of the Shadow, creates an unrelenting sense of dread. As players navigate the castle, the tension escalates. Each room tells a story of the past. The cries of the damned echo in the halls, and every flicker of light reveals glimpses of disturbing truths. Ultimately, Castle Brennenburg is more than just a setting. It's a living testament to the destructive power of guilt and ambition. It serves as a reminder of the horrors that can arise when one seeks knowledge at any cost. Everyone knows fear, but have you explored the depths of sanity? Let's unravel the sanity system and how it affects your experience in this haunted world. What is the sanity system? In Amnesia: The Dark Descent, the sanity system is a critical element that adds to the atmospheric horror of the game. Unlike many horror titles, this game introduces a unique mechanic where your character's mental stability directly affects its gameplay. Your sanity is primarily influenced by two things: the darkness you find yourself in and the horrifying events you witness. The more you linger in darkness or face nightmarish creatures, the more your sanity deteriorates. Sanity degradation. As Daniel's sanity decreases, the game will manifest this in various ways. You may start to see unsettling visual distortions, auditory hallucinations, and the haunting whispers that fill the air. This degradation impacts not only your perception, but also your ability to navigate the world. As your mind unravels, simply tasks can become daunting challenges, making encounters with the game's terrifying foes even more harrowing. Maintaining sanity. So, how do you maintain your sanity? The game encourages players to stay in well-lit areas. Lighting will help counteract the creeping madness that lurks in the shadows. Collecting oil for lamps and candles becomes essential. Therefore, exploring your environment is crucial for survival. Not only will you find necessary items, but you also stave off the sinister effects of darkness. Interestingly, the sanity system is more than just a health mechanic. It enhances the psychological horror. The fear of what could happen next lingers, making every dark corner feel alive with dread. Unlike many horror games that rely on jump scares, Amnesia immerses you in a psychological battlefield. Your mental state forces you to confront not only the monsters in the game, but also the monsters within yourself. The in-universe significance. Daniel's journey showcases the fragility of the mind. The sanity system isn't merely a gameplay feature, it mirrors the narrative of guilt and penance that runs deep throughout the story. As you uncover Daniel's haunting past, the descent into madness feels tragically inevitable. Conclusion. In Amnesia: The Dark Descent, the sanity system takes horror to a whole new level. By balancing light and darkness, players are plunged into a harrowing experience that lingers long after the game is over. If you traverse the dark, haunting halls of Brennenburg Castle, you've encountered a malevolent presence known simply as the Shadow. But what exactly is the Shadow? What does it represent? Let's uncover the terrifying secrets that lurk within the shadows. What is the shadow? The shadow is not just a frightening entity. It is a manifestation of Daniel's fears and guilt. It relentlessly stalks him throughout his journey, a reminder of the horrifying deeds he committed in the past, specifically the horrific experiments he was involved in while serving the Baron of Brennenburg. In essence, the shadow serves as an antagonist that symbolizes Daniel's torment and the haunting consequences of his actions. It represents the guilt he can't escape, no matter how hard he runs. The shadow is not just a passive threat, but an active one, invoking a sense of dread in the player. When Daniel's sanity begins to dwindle, the shadow becomes more aggressive. You must manage not only your physical space, but your mental state as well. When Daniel is exposed to darkness for too long or witnesses unsettling events, his sanity decreases. As his mental stability crumbles, the shadow grows more powerful, heightening the tension and forcing players to strategize their movements and use light sources wisely. To fully understand the shadow, we need to look back into the harrowing backstory. Daniel, seeking to eradicate his own guilt, foolishly tampered with dark forces. The prominent artifact, the orb, allows him to harness this otherworldly energy, but it also opens the door to something far more sinister. While the orb stored tremendous power, it also attracted the shadow, which is tied to the energy of the orb. The shadow thrives on fear and feeds on Daniel's remorse, compelling him to confront the darkness he wishes to forget. Visually, the shadow is designed to evoke fear and uncertainty. Its amorphous form, reminiscent of smoke or a wraith, allows it to blend into the darkness seamlessly. This design not only heightens the suspense, but also signifies Daniel's internal struggle. The shadow symbolizes not just a looming threat, but also the darkness that exists within every human. It's an embodiment of guilt, the fear of the unknown, and the consequences of one's actions. In many ways, the shadow is a mirror reflecting Daniel's inner turmoil. As we explore Amnesia's chilling world, the shadow serves as a reminder that the most terrifying monsters often reside within ourselves. Daniel's pursuit of redemption leads him deeper into the darkness, creating an emotional and psychological experience that leaves a lasting impression on players. What do you think about the shadow? Is it merely a frightening entity, or is it deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the dark corners of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content.